Hello and welcome to Universal Love Law. I hope you're doing well wherever you are, and I'm going to make a quick video for you all before I go to work. So, I have been kind of ruminating on the idea of the narcissist and the empath because I've gone through a major awakening many times in life, and I've been able to recognize that the empath that is awakened has such a major role to help humanity. Before I knew this, I used to ask, why me, a lot. I used to wonder, why do I keep attracting people who only can see their own pain and not rise into the higher version of their self to meet me with the same level of compassion that I have for them. And it is because they were not sent here to mirror my love and my light. No, not at all. They were sent to mirror my innermost, deepest wounds. The true shadow of the empath can be low self-worth. Yeah. So that is why the empath doesn't understand why they are so loving, they're so sweet, they're so kind, and they're proving and trying their hardest to show the narcissist, I love you, I'm here for you, I got your back, I will show you that no matter what, I will stick it through with you. Now, this isn't a romantic relationship, but platonic relationships, this looks like a person who understands why the narcissist operates the way they do. So that's why they continue to connect with them. Because I know they had a hard life growing up. I know that a lot of people hurt them. So that's why I stay, to show them that they are lovable. But the empath must wake up and realize that your role is not to save people. Your role is to be an observer, to be a lighthouse, someone who reflects truth. And the only way that the empath can reflect truth is if they face their own wounds and transform them through transmutation. The pain will never go away. The beliefs that are deeply ingrained in the empath are there, laying dormant. And this is our subconscious beliefs of self. The empath has subconscious beliefs that they're unworthy of love. And that's because of their childhood. I had a cousin that was a part of raising me, and she was the daughter of my great aunt who adopted me, but she was a lot older than me. So because she was so much older than me, I had a bond with her like she was a mother to me, or like an aunt to me. And I loved her so much. I remember as a kid, she used to rock me in her arms and sing songs to me. But she was the first person that broke my heart. And she does has narcissistic traits, but those were passed down to her through generational trauma. And those are a part of her survival mechanisms because of her own early childhood upbringing. So she was mean. She wasn't kind. When I was little, of course, it was like, she's cute. But the older I got, she would say things to me that really fractured me and compartmentalized self. Like, this idea of who I am became fragmented. So at first I was this little girl who received all this love, and I was so important and special, to where she would say things like, I would just be loud on the porch being a kid, and she would say, like, and the way she would look at me, like, I'm never gonna let my kids play with you when I get older, or like when I have kids. And I was like, oh my God, like, I love you. Why would you say that to me? Another thing is, I was going to McDonald's with my aunt. She's my cousin, but she's a lot older. She's my mom's cousin, but we call her aunt because, you know, the age. But my grandfather and her mom are sister and brother, right? And so I was around her kids are my cousins and all of that. And she told me one day, she was like, okay, yeah, you can come to McDonald's with me and my daughter. I go with my cousin and my aunt to McDonald's. And she told me, don't ask for nothing when we get in here. And I'm like, okay, I was just happy to go. So we get in there, and I forgot because I'm a kid. I'm like 7 years old, and they're asking like, what do you want, like, for your Happy Meal toy? And I was like, oh, I want that one. But it was really her daughter that they were asking that to. But my aunt looked at me and said, I told you not to ask for nothing. You're not getting anything. And I just felt so shamed. Like, as a kid, fragmentation. Now I'm splitting as a kid. So all of these things that the adults in my life would say to me would shatter me into a million pieces. And that is what developed my worth issues, my low self-worth, my low self-esteem. And so I'm living this life as an empath, so I'm very in tune with others' emotions. And I always prided myself on being optimistic and loving even when a person hurt me. But I didn't realize that didn't change the narrative. That did not change the fact that these deeply ingrained, deeply instilled self-worth issues were in me, living dormant. They weren't awakened. These insecurities were not awakened until what? I met my narcissists. Many of them. I met them through family. I met them through relationships that were romantic. And the reason why they knew I was the perfect thing for them and they were the perfect thing for me is because when they met me, they seen first the compassion in my eyes. I had that glow still. It wasn't like you were looking at a person who was, you weren't looking at a person who was like cold, right? It's like there's life and there's love in my eyes. So that was a green flag for them. Then they listened to my stories. They got to know me. They got to know my pain, my hurt. And they were understanding the patterns of abuse that I was accepting. And it was like a aha moment for them. This is the perfect source of energy for me. And the narcissist doesn't recognize that is what they're doing. It's such a high level of intelligence that is very dark in the narcissist, because they look for people that they can dominate and control, because it gives them a false sense of power. Because deep down inside, their core root, their core pain is powerlessness. And that can come from shame. They were probably shamed as a child. And so if they never even had the tools, the resources to be compassionate and loving to others naturally like an empath, then that shame and guilt that they experienced and that trauma in their childhood turned them into a narcissist. It literally fragmented them to where they need to take from others in order to feel their own selves. So the role of, and I'm going to get into them next, but I just wanted to talk about the role of the narcissist to the empath first, okay? So the role of the narcissist is to mirror the wounds that are deeply ingrained into the empath, not to be mean to them because they're so stupid. You're so stupid. You let everybody take advantage of you, so I'm going to take advantage of you. Yeah, that's what one may think. But it's such a divine lesson that the narcissist is teaching the empath. The narcissist is teaching the empath to heal their wounds in order to fulfill a greater purpose, which is to embody what compassionate people look like to the world, to be that hope to the world, to embody truth and wholeness and peace. And I couldn't be the person that I am today without the narcissist that activated my wounds. And so let's go a little deeper. Now, once the narcissist recognizes that you have low self-worth issues, even if it's subconscious to them, they don't know that. They can't call it that, but they see that you're accepting things. They're pushing your boundaries and you're not saying no. They're disrespecting you in a way that you are accepting those breadcrumbs or that disrespect. That's how they know that this is a source of you're loving me, you're forgiving me, you're taking me back, and you're doing things for me. Like, you're making my life easier. You're saving me. That's what the narcissist is seeing. So a lot of it is unintentional why they keep coming back with love bombing you, because they have to do something to get you back. And then once they love bomb you, they cannot help but bully you through gaslighting and making you question your own reality. They'll even get so comfortable when the relationship evolves over time to the point where they begin to tell you that you are so stupid for taking them back. Or, if I'm such a bad person, why do you keep coming back to me? They also point out the flaws in you. And empaths can begin to take on narcissistic traits in order to save their identity in the relationship, which is an ego that is built on a falsehood. That ego is what they use to stay in the illusion with the narcissist, because they don't want to confront the shadow wound, which is really that they have low self-esteem and low self-worth. And to face that as an empath, when you finally get to that place where you say, I didn't love myself, it hurts. It breaks you down. It changes you from the inside out. You pull away. You go through the dark night of the soul. You take the road less traveled. And you walk alone in solitude. And in that darkness is where the awoken empath is born. It's where they can still see people with compassion but have boundaries. It's where they can recognize a person's soul where they are in their journey and accept them and mirror to them unconditional love with boundaries. And they begin to walk in their higher truth, in their higher path, which was already in their destiny. But fate brings the narcissist to activate the womb in the empath so that they can walk in the light of who they are truly meant to be. Because an empath that is unawoken accepts so much distortion from the narcissist, so much abuse. And what role are they really serving if they're serving the narcissist? How are they helping their community? How are they helping the world? How are they helping their self if they're enduring so much pain just to prove that they're worthy of loving another person? See, the empath's role is a role less traveled, because you are sacrificing your life to be a positive impact on humanity. And the narcissist is the catalyst for that. And this is why we must give appreciation for the lessons and to forgive the narcissist genuinely. You have permission to forgive the narcissist. You don't have to stay angry with them, because you will never evolve. So I'm going to end it here. I am going to make another video about the role of the empath, but I think I kind of covered it. But yeah, let's have a discussion. The role of the narcissist is not to destroy the empath, but to awaken the empath to their internal wounds so that they can heal that wound and become a beacon of light for others who are meant to embody the higher vibrations of love, peace, joy, harmony, happiness. And that is what raises the frequency of humanity. That is what makes the world a better place, when we have awoken empaths. Because when we have a world full of unawoken empaths, we are supplying the narcissist with energy to continue to be parasitic, to continue to destroy, to continue to live in a shadow of who they truly are, a false power. We're empowering the narcissist to continue that behavior. We're enabling them. And so the role of the narcissist is to awaken the empath so that when the empath is awoken, they can awaken the narcissist. The narcissist needs the empath to awaken, to put their foot down, to say no, to have boundaries, because that in turn awakens the narcissist. And we'll talk about the role of the empath in the next video. But let me know what you think about this video in the comments below.